was a cool experience for me. I obviously met some great people. Obviously met you.
What's something that you are not good at that like you just can't do?
If I can't do it, I'm probably not trying to do it. Most parents are like, hey, if you're not good at something, keep working hard at it and eventually you'll get good at it. My mom was like, if you're not good at something, find something else.
I've never said what's up or hi to Jock on the baseball field. You know, we're not friends like that. We're not cool like that. So when we joined this football league together, there was a lot of shit talk. You know, I forewarned him. I was like, hey, you know, Jock, I'm not cool with you like this. Then, you know, he kept taking subtle shots. So I was like, you know, next time I see you, man, I'm going to pimp slap the shit out of you. And it just so happened to be a year later. So.
Guys, we're witnessing history right now. 10 years, $700 million. That's right. $700 million.
In my opinion, this is good for the game. He is going to the nation's second largest media market. He's going to get massive exposure. Not that it couldn't have happened in Toronto, but it would not have happened in the same way.
It was a long-awaited decision from Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and he joins the super team.
They brought in Glasnow. They brought in Ohtani. They already had Betts. They already had Freeman. This now is officially the first MLB super team that I can remember. 114, 130, 137, 131, 128, 140, 136, 134, 138, 128, 129, 135, 134, 102, 113.
I would imagine they are OPS plus numbers for some players.
No, those are the games I played every fucking year. So don't ever sell me short again.
Your durability, I think top 10 names and catchers. I've written about this. Nobody else has written about this. And even before I knew you would work with you at Fox, I was writing about it. So don't come butthurt to me about not talking about your games played.
We are not a team that comes out in front of the dugout on home runs or whatever. In that moment, you look at that dugout, and I don't think anybody knew where they were. Harp's just standing there calm as hell. Felt like he knew exactly what he was about to do. He, does the Phillies across the chest. I mean, borderline no emotion. And he comes into the dugout afterwards, and everyone's waiting for him to just kind of erupt and freak out. And he's still calm as can be. And he gets to the bat rack, and all of us are kind of looking at him. And he just goes, "Fucking did that!" And all of us went nuts. I'm like, finally, you realize the moment that just happened, dude. What the hell?
Just give me a little feedback on what you felt when you stepped back on the field.
Boy, I went up, right? So I was like, I'm going to cry in the car. Right? Keep it together. Don't be crying. You got to clear them eyes. So they said, you ready? I said, man, I'm as ready as I'm going to be, but I know I'm swinging first pitch. I don't care where this ball is.
I mistimed my pregame coffee. Mistimed it. I had it too close to game time. In the middle of the first inning, I'm like, goodness gracious. This is not good. I was hitting the top of the second. I was leading off the inning, and I said, I don't care where this pitch is. This at bat is ending first pitch. Because I need to go. And then first pitch, I get a hanging slider, and then I deposit it in the seats. As soon as I touch home plate, it was like it's straight to the bathroom. No high fives, straight to the bathroom. That was best case, but dude, honestly, if I had to run the base, I would have gotten picked off on purpose or something because I would have had to go so bad.
Rob Freeman, pitching ninja, joining us right now. What is that noise?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I just had...
What?
What's going on there, big fella?
He didn't time his pregame coffee.
Yeah, see, now sitting first pitch slider, I didn't even see it, so I don't know how accurate that one is. But, I mean, kudos to him. Good shit.
So you got to make them shave all the time?
They do it. I don't really have to say much to them, usually, But if I ever do, I'm like, hey, do you play for the Yankees? And they always fall for it. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, I just thought you played for the Diamondbacks because you got a bunch of shit on your face.
That's a great line.
I'm getting tagged in a fair amount of why don't you shorten up with 2 strikes questions right now, which are always awesome, but I'm typically not responding to those.
Who had the most cheesesteaks during any series you guys were at there in Philly?
Marcus Hanna was a bullpen catcher for the Brewers.
He did.
He ate 24 cheesesteaks in one 4-game series, and we had an off day the next day, and he was sitting in his room, and at 12 o'clock, his heart started pounding, and he started sweating. Our trainer thought he was having a heart attack.
This is a grassroots protest. This is a group of fans saying, we're not buying your narrative. Your narrative ownership is false. We will support the team. It's one of the cooler things I think we've seen in a long time, actually, in a baseball park, because it shows people just banding together to disprove what they believe is something that is false.
No one wants the Las Vegas A's. They're probably not going to spend a bunch of money and bring in these guys. So you're just going to see guys that you see over at the Aviator Stadium right here. So, why would I pay all this money to go to a Major League game when I'm essentially seeing the same product I saw at the Aviator Stadium, last year?
Usually, I think when you're trying to pull a fast one, isn't the key part of that pulling a fast one?
This is not fast.
No, and that's the point. Is like the longer this drags on, the more details, the more time exists for idiots like myself to wait a second. What? That can't be right.
I always say those playoff games in Oakland are the craziest atmospheres I ever pitched in. Those fans were absolutely amazing. I still can get goosebumps thinking about pitching in that environment. So I know how good the fans can be there.
I'm sure he's like rolling his eyes already. Hi, Nick. He's like, God, are we going to talk about the
How's it
stadium
going?
stuff?
Come on.
Wait,
man.
no. Can we call them Oakland A's? Are you guys the Vegas A's? Are you the Sacramento A's? Are you guys the Albuquerque
Still
A's?
Oakland A's.
Are you?
Still Oakland
Okay.
A's as of now. Yeah.
Why is John Fisher getting this free pass from Major League Baseball? Why is no one questioning everything going on with this team? Starting with what's going on the field. If I'm an owner of another club, that team is an embarrassment to my industry.
Oh, they're sideways?
There it is.
Is it a Batman? That looks like a Yankee pitcher.
Bills?
It is. 8 out of 10, Devi Garcia. That's a pretty
Oh,
short
Davy
card.
Garcia. Okay.
I got a card that's probably worth $200 on eBay, but I'm not going to sell it to anyone if they offer me $5,000 just because what it means to me. And I don't know, cards tell stories. Like if Shohei Ohtani is your favorite player, that card's really cool to you, even though it's probably only a $3 to $5 card.
I was supposed to be in Dumb and Dumber, and the team wouldn't let me go. We were going to film one day somewhere. And
Wait, were you going to be Seabass?
I was going to be Seabass, kick his ass Seabass, yeah. So I said, listen, they're not going to let me come. I'm kind of disappointed. It looked like it was going to be fun. But Cam was with the Bruins at the time. And I said, get Cam. So Cam had kind of a Canadian accent, and most of the lines in there are for like a shit-kicking truck driver. I'm going to kick his ass, Seabass, and all that. So the following winter, they called and they said, all right, we got a role for you. It's in the off season. We're filming in Reno. We're flying you in there. Take one day. We're filming at night, and you can do it. And I said, I'm not going anywhere, boys, till you tell me. I know you guys got a crazy nickname. What's my name in the movie? And they go, well, if we tell you that, you won't come. And I said, what is it? And he goes, well, you're Skid Mark. And I go, you guys are friggin' crazy. And I said, they go, all right. I said, what am I going to be this time? They go, you're going to be another shit-kicking truck driver. You're going to come into a bar, and Randy Quaid's going to be dancing with your girl, and that's where Woody's going to be with you, Harrelson, and here we go. I had an earring in. I had 3 tattoos of the girls that I had dated or married, and they crossed 2 of them out, and I had the current one on my bicep. And then my hat was the best. My hat said, truck driver hat said, ass, grass, or cash. No one rides for free.
Just want you to know, Garfinkel, Verlander has not been traded to the White Sox. He just got traded to the Astros, according to Bob Nightingale.
I heard White Sox were second. White Sox were second.
That was Jose Ramirez showing Tim Anderson, or anybody else for that matter, that, look, you're not going to bully the rookies on this ball club. And I'm going to stand up for them just like I would for Josh Naylor or Shane Bieber or any other veteran.
Combination of the ovation and just being able to relax in the box and go for one and don't feel like it's the end of the world and make those adjustments and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of things, but I think the ovation definitely started it, kind of got me to calm down for a second, and then I could make those adjustments and I feel better. And since then it's been awesome.
I got the ball in my hand. I can throw whatever pitch I want to throw. If I want to throw a damn 0-2 high hitter and the catcher puts down slider, all I got to do is go, nope. And he puts down slider again, you go, nope. And then he puts it down again, and you say, nope. And guess what the catcher's going to do? Timeout. And you go to the mound. And then you say, hey, Jack, what do you want to throw? He goes, high fastball. Then you say, okay, well, I think slider. You give him reasons. He gives you his reasons. Okay, guess what, Jack? It's your ball. You win. Throw me the high fastball. Then it gets hit. Just saying. Say it gets hit. Guess what? You only got one person to blame. It goes back to that. Me. So guess what? Take the little buttons, put them on your little glove, and call whatever you want. Because I've always said, if you want to call the game, do it.
Liam Hendricks. Cancer remission. He's kicked it.
No doubt.
Good shit, Liam.
Attaboy, mate.
Get it. This guy's a freaking hustler, and you know that he tackled cancer just like he tackles anything in life. He beat its ass.
Lance, did you see what Keenan Middleton said when he got traded?
I did see what popped up yesterday. Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on that, possibly?
I could say this. I can tell you what Key was wrong about.
Okay.
We're ready.
I get it. You don't get it.
I get it.
I don't know if you can see on the camera, there's a scar under here. And that was where they cut a lymph node out of my neck to truly define what I was diagnosed with, which is stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in December. And so I've got 2 smiley faces. One's just under my chin and not as cool. And the other one is hopefully giving me a new lease on life and able to extend my career by 5-6 years.
When you actually talk to Keith and having conversations with about him, and that he saw that the elbow injuries this year, that they're just way more severe. If you look at all the data that came across the game, that the arm injuries out of the pitchers, they're on the high end, but you've seen high end numbers, but the severity of the injuries are much more problematic. He talks to Neil Elatrosh, another renowned surgeon within the game. And both of them are saying the same thing, that they saw an uptick in severity. When you make the game go faster, part of the thing is, as a pitcher, your form I lived it, like your form just gets fatigued faster. Why are we not even taking the pitcher's health into account on this when we have both the top surgeons in the game, quoted publicly saying that, hey, MLB needs to take a look at this.
What are the 3 best games ever on N64?
King Griffey Jr., Major League Baseball.
Oh.
NFL Blitz.
Oh.
And Mario Kart.
GoldenEye's not in your top 3?
Nah. I wasn't very good at it.
You weren't very good, that's why.
Yeah.
I messed up on the on-deck circle in high school. We had a little circle. I swung. The guy was behind me. I didn't know. Mike Whartonby, his name was. I hit him square in the head with a metal bat. He went down like a ton of bricks. I felt terrible. But
is he alive?
He's alive.
Okay.
But he was.
He did say his name was Mike Worldly.
That's why I was worried.
I was just.
He's not dead.
You guys take
Metal
everything
bat.
I say. Yeah, metal.
Well, we're just listening to the words that
No,
you
you
said.
know what? Listen to something else.
Okay.
Adam, you remember these, dog?
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised you still have them.
Hey, Kratzy, size 6, but nobody's going to bring that up. He wrote, Pops, thanks for always being a great baseball role model. Kratz, you never said that to me. All the best, your long-lost son, Adam Frage. Let's go. See, these are more memorable than some of the cleats I have downstairs because he wrote something.
He just broke those out because you were raking this year. When you were down a little bit, my guy didn't have them anywhere. They were just...
I'm looking for the size.
They were letting he was letting his kids wear them to Little League games. Now, did you guys let Tommy Pham back in that fantasy football league, or was that an out?
Tommy didn't come back in the league. I don't think he wanted to be in the league. Next question.
I got a center one of the angriest, sweetest guys, Jose Guillen.
Jose Guillen?
Yeah, Jose Guillen.
There you go.
0.7.
Angry bastard.
Angry.
I had him in 07. Like, Poppy, go get me batting glove. I just like, the first time I brought him like one. So I was like, he's like, no, Poppy, bring me more. So I just brought him like this whole thing. He's on deck. I'm just sitting there, just like, here, man. It was wild, man.
He always had an iPad in his hand, like no matter what. When we were at the field, he'd be like in the weight room preparing to pitch, but like have an iPad and then the TVs showing like the opposing team's pitcher, like pitch sequencing so he could prepare to hit. Well, he's also like doing warm-up exercises for his arm because he's going to go out and pitch that night, but he's also hitting. It was like crazy. He was always doing some form of like scouting and preparation.
That was just incredible night to be able to sing my own stuff in front of a sold out Busch Stadium crowd. You know, I'm not hopping back on a tour bus to go on, 80 stop tour. But we'll see, man.
I'm going to dispute what you said about Cal Raleigh. I was told that he was forced by somebody to make the apology. And I'm not going to say who it was, obviously, who told me, or who I heard this from multiple people. And then also who told him to apologize, but you're a reporter. You can probably put two and two together and figure out who told Cal Raleigh to apologize.
Would you buy that sweatshirt?
Take the tee off
and rock it.
No, how about now?
No.
Okay.
How about now? Without the T.
But he could move the letters around real quick.
Great Brit on there.
Yeah.
It could be Great Brittany.
Yeah,
Would you buy
It's
that?
Great Brittany.
Hey, hold on.
See, that's what I'm looking for.
Yes.
Or Great Brit.
No, absolutely.
She goes by Brit sometimes. Oh,
Great
that's not bad.
Brittany.
That's not
Great
bad.
Brit. She couldn't even, guys, as GM, get rid of some of the holdovers from the Jeter era, from the Gary Denbo and some of these guys who weren't loyal to her. She couldn't get rid of some of these guys who were department heads who she felt didn't have her back. There was a lot of backstabbing going on. In that article, I talk about how Bruce Sherman cares more about his yacht than he does his people. I can't even say that was written by me. I had somebody who was currently in the Marlins organization say that to me, and I was like, this is good. Can I use this in my article? I feel like when you look at what this organization has done, for the first time in 20 years, we were talking about the Marlins in a positive light. Now all of that is gone. They're back to being this like third-rate organization, and Bruce Sherman has no one to blame but himself.
Have you gotten over Mount Baltimore in left field yet? Have you gone up to the owners and said, like, why in the fuck did you guys do this to me?
It's in the back of my head sometimes, but it is what it is. I guess we won more games this year. It helped the team out. Might have lost me a couple bucks in arm, but it is what it is.
If you put him under oath for multiple questions, what would you ask?
What was the behind-the-scenes reaction from big market owners about the way that John Fisher has gone about engineering his departure from Oakland? Did you know, or how much did you know about the Astros cheating before the Athletics report? Because we know they have said that teams are always accusing each other of cheating, but teams were accusing the Astros of cheating. How did they look into it and not find this, or did they? How worried are you about the post-RSN finances for teams and the league as a whole? That's just because I want to be prepared. Was the league specifically targeting Max Scherzer with the sticky stuff?
Yes.
All right. What was the biggest mess that Bud Selig left for you to clean up?
My wife came upstairs and I was like, hey, how do you feel about playing with Shohei? And she didn't give me any details, so I thought it was pretty cool. That's when I saw it was 10 years, $700 million. And I was like, oh man, that's a lot of money. There's very few people in this game that you can expect something cool out of on a daily basis. And he's definitely one of them. You just don't know what he's going to do. He's just a unicorn when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I was in need of back surgery, and I was kind of hunched over when I was walking. Not greatly. It was kind of slight, but somebody who knew me would have noticed it. Hardly anyone in baseball noticed it. One day in Washington, when Dusty Baker was managing the Nationals, walks to the end of the dugout. I'm in the photo pit adjoining the dugout. And he says, this is in the middle of the game. He goes, hey, man, what's wrong with you? What's going on, man? And I explained to him that I had this back condition. I had scoliosis as a kid, had surgery, need more surgery to kind of straighten myself up again. And the fact that he noticed it to me in the middle of a game, came up to me and talked about this, it just kind of speaks to who Dusty is. He's a very empathetic person. He is observant, as unbelievably so. That stood out to me.
I'm gonna let you in on a costume secret here for Halloween. So my wife's a big, tall, blonde-headed lady, and I got the little mustache rocking. So I think we're gonna go as I've got a Travis Kelce jersey in the closet, so we're gonna go as Taylor Swift and Mr. Kelce for Halloween.
Big woo, big woo. This is TV magic. I want Tom Frazier. I want Tom Frazier to read what I wrote for your costume. Joni.
And I didn't say anything.
You didn't tell me anything. Read it.
Said Joni should go as Taylor Swift and Travis, and you as Travis Kelce.
Yeah, it was a great 2 hours when we had him there. It was Shohei Ohtani was a Blue Jay for as long as Arson Judge was a San Francisco Giant.
If I was him, I would have punched him. I really would. I don't think you can get in trouble for that. If they're on the field, that's like when you step in the ring. Like you got to be able to handle it.
1-0. 2, you're picking over. 3.
No, Kratzy, jeez.
Come on,
man. First number, if it's 1-5 or a fist, there's nothing on no matter what I get.
Nothing.
I'm always going to give you 3 numbers. 1-5 or fist, nothing's on. Okay? So that gives me 2, 3, 4 to work with. If I start with a 2, 3, 4, we go to the second number. The second number is even, we're live. If the second number is odd, we're dead again. Can't figure them out. Can't be deciphered. It's unbelievable.
We're in the dugout 10 minutes before. I'm not playing in the game. They put out the orange carpet, and I just said, "Oh man, that makes it really easy to take a dive on opening day." They go, "Oh man, you wouldn't take a dive." I was like, "Prove it." Luke Gregerson first goes, $1,000 you won't take a dive when they call you. I said, "All right." And somebody goes, it might have been Marisnik, it might have been Keuchel, I'm not 100% sure who said it, but they go, "Nobody else is going to get in on this?" Scott Feldman goes, "Get in on what?" He goes, $1,000 for what? I'll do it. He's like, they're like, Kratzy's going to take a dive for $1,000. He goes, "Make it 2,000. No chance he does it." Called my name. You saw that right there. I go down, and the girl standing there holding the flag, she goes, "Oh no." She was mortified, but did not, like you watch the video, she doesn't move like a stitch. She was mortified that I fell. Ran back out, high fives everybody. 2,000 cash.
Young kids that we go out all night the night before, and then they'd be sitting at their locker the next day, and I'd go snatch them up. Let's go get in the gym. But Pat, what the fuck you mean go in? Yeah, hey, listen to me, motherfucker. If you can't hoop with the Owls and soar with the Eagles, then you ain't on my team. That's how I was. Somehow I was able to do it. I don't know, man. I look back on it now. I'm like, how the hell did I do it?
AJ's 1 year with the Cardinals, and they asked me to throw out a first pitch. Now, here's the deal, right? This is not a pathetic pitch. It's just a little high and wide. And then the second pitch is a plate-splitting strike. What's the problem? Half the baseball world is on my ass about it. What's the problem? I fly to LA. Some guy from TMZ is there at the baggage carousel where they stalk people. And he comes up to me with the camera and he goes, "How come you get 2 pitches and 50 Cent only gets 1? And I say, if you saw his pitch, if he got 50 chances, he couldn't throw a strike. Next day on TMZ, Costas disses 50 Cent. Now, given the milieu that 50 Cent travels in, now I'm thinking of adding extra security. But luckily, nothing came of it. So,
would you consider your time in Boston a success?
In my mind, no, it was not. I only had 1 full healthy season there, which I was there for 7 years. I only pitched tip to tip 1 time in 2017. And that was actually the best year of my career from like a stat standpoint. I didn't do anything post-contract, which bothers me. I got traded there. We win a World Series. They obviously make a big commitment to me and kind of reward me for having 2 good years and bringing a championship to that city. We're going all in on you. We've done our end of the bargain. Here's 5 years. Here's, a big contract. Now you get to go keep doing what you're doing, because they saw those 2 previous years, and that's kind of what they thought they were going to sign, what they had signed up for 5 more years. And it wasn't.
But I heard a couple of stories come out, and it's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Like when Pedro said Kenny Lofton, or somebody said something that got them going. It's nothing that nobody can say to get you going. You should have been ready to go anyway. You're in the playoffs trying to get to the World Series. And so that ain't have nothing to do with it because we kicked this behind 2 games in a row and we kicked Schillings behind. We lost the game because our relievers couldn't close the game out. That's how we lost the game. And then when you hear Kevin Millar talking about they just was loose and they was drinking this and that, no, they were scared. The bottom line was they were scared. And I remember going to first base and he was like, man, y'all going to do us like this. Y'all can't let us get one. Who talks like that in the middle of a game? The bottom line is they got lucky. And that's what happened. So you took advantage of, y'all had the stronger pitching. Y'all was more deeper in the pitching. And it worked for y'all in the long run. And Joe Torre made some moves that blew it. That's what happened.
Do you feel like you're being unfairly punished?
There was no rules and there was no regulation. If there was any rules in place, and that stuff would have never happened. There was no testing. There was no nothing. That was the culture. That's what was going on back in those days. Listen, I didn't need to do it, and I apologize for it. But there was a lot of fucking hard work that went behind all the shit that people want to give me to do what I did.
Trying to get to the bullpen, and Rick Russell's getting just beat up. Homer, double, like he's getting beat up. So Tommy Lasorda gets on the bullpen phone, and he says, hey, get Smoltzy up. And I'm right here.
You're right next to him.
And he's like, kid, what are you doing? And I said, I have no idea how to get to the bullpen. He goes, how many pitches is it going to take you? I said, literally 7 to 10. So I get, running in spikes in the hallway, get down to the bullpen. It's 7 pitches. I'm in my first All-Star game. I get first and third, 1 out, Bo Jackson up. I'd already seen him hit one 440 feet. And I'm just trying to get a double play ball. 2-hopper to Ozzie Smith to Ryan Sandberg. He beats it out. I get the loss. Nolan Ryan, the oldest pitcher ever to get the win. I was the youngest pitcher to ever get the loss.
Wow.
You talk about that happening in a hurry. It happened in a hurry.
What did Jeter say? Did you guys get to spend any time with him, or at least, did he give you a little time a day?
First day at the showcase was the first time I seen him, and I walked up to him. CC actually was able to introduce me. I just talked to him, told him I obviously was a Yankees fan growing up, so I try to follow his path and all the things that he's done as a player and a person.
That's just baseball now.